For the video, despite their vociferous opposition to anyone in the West who demands tighter border control to protect national identity, one group that has nothing to say about Netanyahu's mass deportation plan is the ADL, which previously asserted that, quote, "It is unrealistic and unacceptable to expect the state of Israel to voluntarily subvert its own sovereign existence and nationalist identity and become a vulnerable minority within what was once its own territory. Diversity for thee, but not for me. Calling for demographic stability and national identity to be protected in Europe is hate speech. Calling for demographic stability and national identity to be protected in Israel is a progressive virtue." Tucker Carlson repeatedly pointed out this glaring inconsistency when he was on Fox News.
Go to the Anti-Defamation League's website sometime if you'd like a glimpse of what an unvarnished conversation about a country's national interest might look like. In a short essay posted to the site, the ADL explains why the state of Israel should not allow more Arabs to become citizens with voting rights. Quote, "With historically high birth rates among the Palestinians and a possible influx of Palestinian refugees and their descendants now living around the world," the ADL explains, "Jews would quickly become a minority within a binational state, thus likely ending any semblance of equal representation and protections. In this situation, the Jewish population would be increasingly politically and potentially physically vulnerable. In the words of the ADL, why would a government subvert its own sovereign existence?"
And for his sins, he was then subjected to a relentless deplatforming campaign by the ADL, which later celebrated Tucker being kicked off Fox News. Recall, this is the same group that claims anti-Antifa images are hate speech. Ooh, but how the tables have turned. The hashtag #BanTheADL has been trending on X, Twitter, for days, with Elon Musk threatening to run a poll in response to questions as to why top Twitter execs are still meeting with ADL lobbyists when the group openly organised an advertiser boycott in an attempt to destroy Twitter after Elon took over, literally saying that Twitter was on a death watch because Elon dared to suggest it might restore free speech. ADL has tried very hard to strangle ex-Twitter, said Musk, also noting how it was interesting that the ADL's Jonathan Greenblatt sounded like Musk himself on the issue of free speech as recently as 2016.
We at the ADL, and me personally, deeply agree. You can't outlaw bad ideas. You can't outlaw hate. You just can't. We think the best response to bad ideas or bad speech are better ideas and better speech.
#BanTheADL hashtag posters are demanding to know why a lobby group for a foreign government gets to decide what Americans are allowed to say on social media after the Israeli government, in between threatening to mass deport African immigrants, decried the hashtag and threw its support behind the ADL. In a statement responding to the hashtag campaign, the ADL itself drew attention to its history of supporting diverse people of colour minority groups in America, vowing to continue to fight hate to protect marginalised minorities, except for the Eritreans in Israel, because they don't count. Get early access to videos